Hello, world. It is Monday, August 16th, and this is your favorite news sports podcast, H&J Talk Sports. What's up? I'm Joe. This is Harry. Hi, Harry.
What's going on?
What's going on, Harry?
It's another Monday.
Another Monday, man. Hey, this is your new favorite podcast. We cover the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I wore the hat, so you remember that we do cover hockey since we probably won't talk about it for a while. And we also cover West Virginia Mountaineers and some UFC from time to time and whatever else we want to talk about. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, and enjoy the show. Right, Harry?
Right.
It's Monday.
Football season's coming.
Football season's coming. Football season's here. We got some Eagles, Steelers preseason game. We got preseason game next week. We got training camp, WVU's in training camp. But I want to let you guys know, I don't want to say a special announcement, but before we get into anything, we will be having a West Virginia kickoff show in a couple weeks. So a whole show, just West Virginia, breaking down this upcoming season. And that's going to be Monday, August 30th. I think that's the Monday before West Virginia plays. What's their first game, like the 4th or something? Yeah. Harry looks surprised because he didn't know I had this planned out. Now he knows. So a full show dedicated to West Virginia. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule. We already kind of did that before, but we'll give our final thoughts. And then the following week, we're going to have a Steelers kickoff show on Monday, September 6th. We're going to kick off all Steelers, all details coming up with the season, and make our final predictions for that season as well. So tune into those episodes, but let's get into this one. Steelers and Eagles, Harry.
Yeah. Preseason game number 2.
Preseason game number 2 out of the way. A couple more to go.
Yep.
It was a good game. It started off slow. The Eagles peaked early. Steelers came back and dominated. Again, it's preseason, so I don't know if it means anything. The big story from this game, Haskins, I feel like, and I think a lot of people feel like, finally separated himself from the rest of the quarterbacks and Rudolph.
To me, no. I still think the competition is going.
It's
right
going,
on.
But I think he's made some. Let me read you some stats. So far in the first 2 preseason games, Mason Rudolph has 0 points. Haskins has 30, and Josh Dobbs has 7. So that's pretty telling. And Mason Rudolph has been playing with the starters in the preseason games. Well, Haskins has basically been playing with team 2 and 3.
Yeah, but same time, Rudolph's going against the starters.
That's true. Well, I would hope this week, finally, we see Haskins with the starters. Well, actually, we'll see Ben with the starters because that's another news. Ben is going to play this week. Before we get into that, let's go over the Eagles, though. So speaking of Haskins, he had 161 yards, 3 touchdown drives. He went 16 for 22 and had a 108 QB rating. He had a good game, Harry.
Definitely. He played well. I don't disagree with that at all. I think he played very well.
And I'm going to disagree with you some more. Not only am I going to say he separated himself from Rudolph, I'll go as far to say he's making a pitch for his post-Ben career in Pittsburgh.
I wouldn't say that.
Not to say
well, you're jumping the gun. I'm
just saying he's headed that way.
No, I still think the competition's pretty close. Mason Rudolph was 8 for 9 with 77 yards.
Yeah, he had a good game too. I think he looked better than he did the first game.
Yeah, he had that great throw to Deontay.
Mm-hmm.
Haskins 16 for 22. Yeah, I mean Haskins played well. I think Haskins, he feels looser. He doesn't feel like
he calmed down after that game. He definitely calmed down. He looked nervous the first game, and the first 2 drives of that game he looked nervous, but he calmed down. And
he doesn't seem like he has that pressure on his shoulders that he had when he was with the Washington football team.
Definitely not.
The
Washington football team.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for him. He's kind of playing with house money. It's a second chance. He doesn't have the prep. No one's expecting him to be the starter.
And from a skill standpoint, I don't think anyone would argue, especially coming out of college, Haskins is a much better quarterback than Rudolph. Let's keep in mind the problem with Haskins has been off the field.
Yeah, the potential's there.
Yeah. One other thing.
He's also had problems on the field. I mean, he wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
When he
Well, I
was
think
playing.
off the field caused some on the field problems and off.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't
that's
showing up to
different.
meetings and stuff like that. So
The team culture is definitely different.
yeah.
It's definitely better at Pittsburgh, more established, can play under Ben, behind Ben, see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's probably well aware he needs to earn. If he can win this job, maybe there's a chance. You know, when Ben retires, Ben doesn't have too many more years left.
Yeah.
You can get yourself on there and really revitalize your career. It's shown. I mean, there's still 2 more games left.
One thing I noticed about him that I don't like, I think he needs to work on. I think he tries to be a little too flashy sometimes when he doesn't need to be. Like I've noticed a lot, he does that kind of one side-armed, 1 foot Patrick Mahomes type throw a lot when he's like wide open. He'll just go off to one side. He needs to get set. And when he does that, he's had a few bad throws. So I think he needs to, that's part of settling down and not you have to do too much to show off, like get your feet set. But other than that, really good. Some other standouts in the game. Boy, the first game we had some running backs and then we had some different running backs. McFarland, man, he had a great game at running back. Like he killed it. Samuels had some good looks too. We didn't see Balaj that game. I don't know if he got hurt or if they just set him out to get some other guys some time, but he had a really good first game and we didn't see him last time. Harvin also didn't play, which was disappointing. Everyone wanted to see him punt some balls again. Maybe next week or this week. Spillane struggled hard. The first game, we kind of gave him a pass. He did not look good again. He looked lost. He was out of position. And the Steelers did something to address that, Harry. They traded for linebacker Joe Schobert, former Pro Bowl guy from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
People are giving it to Colbert again, saying he made some steal. Got like a 6th-round pick. Jacksonville's retaining a lot of the salary. It looks really good.
That definitely fills a hole you have there.
It does.
I mean, 3-4 you got.
I think you pointed out last show, he did really good last year when Bush went out, but I don't think he's a starter.
Maybe he felt entitled that it was his position, and now he's gonna. I mean, I don't think he's gonna beat out Schobert, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just added on to a defense, making it even better.
Playing opposite.
What was going to be a strength of the team? Yeah.
One interesting thing that came out yesterday is according to Schobert, he was told that he will be calling the plays on defense, which is interesting because that's Bush's job.
I don't know if there's
competition there.
No, I think he's just more experienced.
He's more experienced, definitely.
Bush is young.
Yeah.
They'll get that right eventually. But if you can have a guy that's a Pro Bowler that's been playing for a while, a vet, do that, then they're going to give it to him. They'll both be on the field. It's not like he's playing over Bush.
Yeah.
So a biggie.
And I mean, this looks really good for the defense. When we lost some players and, Nelson and Bud Dupree left. I mean, we talked about it. It looked like there was a lot of holes to fill in the defense. But just in the last month, we added Trey Turner, Melvin Ingram, Joe Schobert. Like this defense it might be better than last year. I mean, obviously Devin Bush was the big one, but now you got Melvin Ingram over there. You got Highsmith rotating in too. That's a tough defensive line, man.
If they're healthy, for sure.
If they're healthy. I mean, with these ads too, we've kind of built some depth, which was a worry.
Yeah, there's more depth.
Yeah.
There's more 1 or 2 injuries or 1 or 2 key entries. You're still going to have a pretty good defense.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we got Quincy Roach that they drafted that a lot of people were saying is big time. Now he's, puts him in a good position to learn and be a big depth guy. So Colbert does it again.
Yeah, team's looking good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm. And more news from camp, man. Apparently the defense has been killing the offense in camp. So big year for defense. I mean, we got the line now. Cornerback's still kind of an issue. So hopefully someone steps up there and surprises us, because that's still a worry, but everything else looks good.
Yeah, it's good. You got 2 games. Get these guys rolling together, get them playing together a little bit. Get ready. You're going to have a tough test the first week. So.
Line's still been struggling too, man. That pocket collapsed fast the other night.
Yeah.
That's something I think all those guys are good, but it's going to take a while before they get it going. I think maybe by week 6 or 7, they'll get it together. Hopefully before then we can sneak some wins in. I think they're going to struggle the first few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be, I would say by mid-season. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen then. Luckily, the first half of the schedule's lighter. So hopefully that gives you some time to build.
Hopefully. Well, Saturday we got Steelers and the Lions, 7:30, and Ben's going to get some reps in. Anything you want to see in this game, Harry?
Most importantly, just no injuries.
I was going to say that Najee needs to calm down, because in week 2 of preseason, he's hurdling guys and landing on his head. Calm down, Najee. We know you're good.
It's just the 3rd preseason game. I would like to see. I think you're probably going to see the starters for the longest time.
Yeah.
Being, it's not the last preseason game, it's the preseason game before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I said only 1 or 2 series before, but you'll probably see him a little long. You'll probably see him for at least a half, I think.
I don't know if you'll see him that long, maybe a quarter. We'll see how long they keep Ben in. I'd like to see Najee not play as much. He got a heavy load the first 2 games. Deontay's been playing a lot too.
Yeah, you really need to get these guys together, get them playing. This is your last chance. They're going to rest them for the game after that. It's a short week too. They play Saturday, and they play the next week Friday.
Carolina on Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
27th. And then you got then you don't play till the 12th. So let's see.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just ready for a regular season. This preseason doesn't get me too amped.
That first game, I get really excited. Then after that, it's like, let's just get to it.
It's different, in the preseason, if you're in a starter that's played, you're not playing at the same speed. You got your position. You're not trying to hurt people. You're not trying to get hurt.
Unless you're Najee Harris, and then you're hurdling people.
Well, he's a rookie. He's trying to show that he can play. It's different, like a rookie and guys that are fighting to be on the team.
Yeah,
it's different. They play hard, but when the regular season comes, it's the speed of the game, the hits, everything. That's what I like.
Ready to see this full defense go. Let's get TJ Watt on the field too. I don't know if he's holding out just because he doesn't want to play in preseason at all or what, but man, it'll feel good once we get that wrapped up.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they'll get it wrapped up, right? They're not going to let TJ Watt walk, but let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, negotiating. You still got time.
Yeah. He's just trying to get out of preseason.
It's important that they probably set a deadline to where they have to have this negotiated by, because they don't want it to interfere with stuff for the season. So
yeah,
I'd expect by the beginning of the season it's taken care of.
For sure. All right. Well, we'll get back to you guys on that. Steelers Lions Saturday. Tweet with us live, H&J Talk Sports. We'll talk during the game. West Virginia training camp's heating up. I hear Deggy looks good. The running backs look good. The D-line looks good. I don't know what to think this year. Still, college football is even harder to know what's going on in camp.
And you hear that every year.
Yeah, you do. You don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell in camp when you see your players going against your players. Who knows how good they are? But even in pro football, you kind of know more. But in college, you got no idea.
Well, in pro football, you got the preseason and stuff. There's a lot more cameras around. You get to see a lot more.
A lot more coverage. You know what you're getting with pro guys who've had a career. Mainly.
College. Yeah, you don't see that.
College.
That's true.
So all we can hope for is Deggy's better. I have heard we got a new running back. Man, I didn't write down his name because I suck. But I've heard he's been really good. And I've heard the D-line's been good. They've been getting pressure on the QBs. So
yeah.
Step up. Step up.
The good thing is we'll find out really early how good this team is. Week 1.
Week 1. Preparing for Maryland. But yeah, guys, we're going to break down. I'll know who that running back is, and we're going to break down everyone on our West Virginia show Monday, August 30th. We're going to go over the whole line, every player. We're going to go down and give our predictions for the season, even though we already did our FPI prediction if we agreed with them. There's a video if you want to go watch that. But we'll go through it again. Big 12, I'm tired of talking about it, but it gets us views, and there's new news every week. This week, Harry, the ACC, Pac-12, and the Big 12 are forming an alliance. Or sorry, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the Pac-12.
Big 10, ACC, and Pac-12.
And Pac-12 are forming an alliance to fight the SEC.
It's a good move. They're guaranteeing them, a spot, a route into the playoff expansion.
Yes.
That's that's a bunch of teams right there, so they have to.
And it's a big money move. It's smart.
I mean, that's the thing. You have the Big 10, which I think is they pay their teams the most out of all the conferences annually. I think it's like $54 million. So if they're making this kind of move, you know that this kind of puts an end to the conference realignment stuff. You got Notre Dame, who's free, but there's more pressure on them to find something. But Big 12 teams are in trouble. West Virginia and stuff, they got to make a move.
Well,
they're becoming second tier.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll make a move. I'm still confident in that. And just to clear up this news as well, this doesn't mean these teams are forming a conference, which people, I guess, have speculated is what that meant. It's a committee, I guess, to oversee things, TV rights, money, playoffs, to keep the SEC from poaching deals, all that kind of stuff. So this is, I mean, this feels like something that should have been in place already, honestly.
It's about scheduling, scheduling non-conference matchups between each other, guaranteeing that they're going to have a spot playoffs. I mean, it's good for them. It's a good move.
Something to keep an eye on. West Virginia, we're waiting. We got to make a move here.
Yeah, it gives them a bigger seat at the table. Yeah, when you're split, the SEC is a huge chunk. But when you have the rest of the power conferences all together, I mean, they have just as big a voice. Yeah,
and it just goes to show you again how fragile football is. That two teams leaving the conference could cause this much stir up. And like you said, they're big teams, man. But this is crazy. A couple weeks ago, the world was ending. And a lot of people don't want to see it. I mean, a lot of people in our comments have said they don't want to see it, turn into one big conference.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is a way to prevent that. And more importantly for us, hopefully West Virginia makes some moves here.
Yeah, hopefully we get some news.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. End of the season, maybe mid-season. God, I hope we beat Texas this year.
Those games, the Oklahoma and Texas game, every game that they play is going to be.
It's going to be violent. How do you think the Big 12 feels about their horns down rule now? Jump the gun on that one, didn't you, Big 12?
It's a stupid rule to begin with, but
it's a stupid rule. I bet it won't be enforced now.
But they're going to have. They already had targets on their back, being who they are. But this year is going to be worse.
Every team will be gunning for them. Yeah, maybe this is the year for us. Then who knows? Boy, it'd be nice to sneak one in this year just to stick it to them for leaving.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a win against Oklahoma in the Big 12 before they leave.
Yeah.
Especially
Oklahoma's got some turnover this year too, man.
They are ranked third in the coaches.
They're always ranked. It doesn't matter what happens in their offseason. They're going to be ranked top 5.
This year, I think they're legit. This year,
I don't know.
I think this is their best chance to get that playoff win that they've had since probably that Baker team and when they played Georgia.
Well,
and Georgia came back.
I would agree with you. I don't know if it's because they're that good, but Bama is kind of having a rollover year too. A lot of people are giving them credit just because of Nick Saban.
Oh, they're going to be good. Bama's going to be good.
Yeah, well, Nick Saban, right?
Bama's they're like three deep with 5-star players.
Yeah.
They'll be good every year.
Well, good luck enjoying them in the SEC.
That's true.
Sleep in
Oklahoma
your
and
bed.
Texas.
Yep.
Better hope that you're not in that division or however they divide it up, because as long
Texas
as
went
Saban's
from
there,
playing in the Baylor.
it is going to be rough.
Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. Good luck. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, tune into our West Virginia show. We'll talk more about it then. We're getting really close to. We've been talking so much about Steelers and how close we're getting to pro football. West Virginia football's 2 weeks away, man. Maryland.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So this isn't our shortest show ever. Let's talk about Maryland for just a second.
I'm excited. It's a big game. I think last time I looked, they were 3.5-point favorites.
West Virginia was?
Yeah.
I thought Maryland was the favorite last time I looked. But
no, we're favorites. It's gonna be a good test.
Yeah.
Real good test on the road.
How hard is it? I don't. Do you think in a game like this, when you have Virginia Tech week 3, players will be looking past the Maryland game to Virginia Tech?
No.
Do you think Maryland makes it that serious?
Maryland's a rivalry. I definitely think they'll play that game.
Okay.
I think you'll maybe not to the level of Virginia Tech, but it would be as much as like a regular Big 12 game.
I guess the good thing is too, you got that first game of the season. You're going to have all the adrenaline and stuff and come out.
You got, I think it's, a lot of times, in the past years we've played, teams, we're going to beat the first couple of weeks of the season. So it's nice to play a team that's actually going to challenge you. I think the players will be a little more amped for that, knowing that they might actually get to play the whole game.
Yeah.
And not the game be over at half. It's good. Yeah. I think it'll be a good test. I don't think there'll be any problems of motivation or looking past them.
Well, let's hope Daggy can step up. I think it's all on his shoulders this year, honestly. We know Letty Brown can do. We know the defense is still good despite losing some players. They've got some players. It's Daggy's year to shine here. Like I said, he's kind of been dealt a tough circumstances in his tenure at WVU. New coach, new system, new players. And he never really had that. I mean, if you look at all West Virginia's previous big quarterbacks, they always had that one key wide receiver. He never really had that.
No, he's got a good running back.
But yeah, Letty Brown, man, I feel bad for him too, because on some of these other West Virginia teams, Letty Brown could have been a superstar. Yeah. He doesn't get as much credit because of the kind of, we've been a building team the past few years. But Letty Brown's good. He's carried this team offensively for the past couple seasons.
Oh, he's good, and there's a lot of hype for him too.
Yeah.
Coming up. It's going to be interesting. It's nice because that first game of the season has a lot riding on it.
Yeah.
I think you lose that game, things get bad real fast. It's big for having a winning or losing season.
If you lose that game, you're not feeling very good about their chances against Virginia Tech.
Yeah. And if you lose Virginia Tech, and chances are you're going to lose to Oklahoma. Next thing you know, you're 1-3 going into the Big 12. And it could get rough.
Then those conference talks could be very different. This could be a big year for that too. This is your resume. You've done good recruiting. Now you got to put it on the field a little bit this year too. Show that the program's headed in the right direction. Does David Sills make the Giants, Harry?
I don't know who all's competing over there.
I've heard he's been very good in practice, and he had a good catch the other night. But I've heard they're pretty deep at wide receiver, so I don't know.
I think it was last year. I heard that too when he was with the Bills, and not even making the team. Let me see. Let me take a quick look.
He's been working hard.
At what they got. They got a wide receiver. We got Kenny Galladay. He'll make it. Dante Pettis. John Ross, Sterling Shepard.
I saw some Giants fans had him about 5th on the depth chart, so they think they might not keep him or go that deep, 5th or 6th.
Yeah. I I'm gonna say no. I think you keeping Kenny Galladay for sure, Austin Mack, Dante Pettis, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. Those guys you're keeping for sure. John Ross most likely.
Yeah.
Sills. I don't see him making maybe a practice squad but I don't see him making the actual team.
Well, he's done very good in preseason, so good job, Sills. And some other random rookie news. Justin Fields looked good. Trey Lance looked really good. Trevor Lawrence didn't. I don't want to hate. It's the first preseason game. Listen, Trevor Lawrence could go on to beat Tom Brady, the next Tom Brady. You never know. And he probably will be good. But, man, that preseason game, a lot of teams are going to be mad they passed on Justin Fields. He looked really good.
It's too early to tell. I'm not making any.
And one thing I'll say, too, about quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, which are heavy, they're more passing quarterbacks. It takes a little bit longer to get used to that in the NFL, whereas guys like Justin Fields rely a little bit more on his athleticism. So
Trevor Lawrence is athletic.
He is, but he's a passing quarterback.
But he's got some wheels, too. He's a pass-first quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he's running in the NFL like he may have in college.
But he can run. He can move if you're not careful.
Justin Fields is going to be good, I feel like.
He's got a much better team.
Mm-hmm.
They have a much better defense, which will help him.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's got a guy that's coaching in the NFL for the first time.
Jacksonville's going to be bad. I'm going to say that right now. My prediction. I don't care who their quarterback is. That team, I mean, when you're trying out Tim Tebow as your tight end.
Yeah, but it may not be bad for him. I mean, to have that first season without that pressure about winning or losing, focus on getting better.
You always got to look at it this way. Again, a lot of the talk, man, this is a guy that's never lost since he's been in high school, middle school. Competitive sports, he hasn't lost. How is he going to handle losing games in the NFL and having probably a pretty bad season?
We'll see.
That mental aspect goes a long way.
I don't think they said he hasn't lost a regular season game since he was in high school. So
it might be tough if you're losing 12, 13 games this season.
We'll see.
Does Jackson have more than 6 wins? I don't know.
I have faith in him. I'm not counting him out yet.
Yeah. We'll see.
It's a weaker division. You have the Colts.
That's true. It is a weak division.
Carson Wentz was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Texans. Deshaun Watson isn't playing.
Yeah.
You have the Jags. They're not going to be very good.
I don't know what their schedule is either, but yeah.
So those are. I mean, that's an easier division.
Mm-hmm. Good point. That division is really a lose-lose.
Yeah, I don't. You got the Titans in there. That will be the tough one.
Yeah.
But one tough game in your division, 2 other teams that are probably in a similar level to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be playing a last place schedule also. So you'll be playing the worst team in every division.
Yeah.
Playing the Bengals. You're going to play the Dolphins. So it's good. You'll have competitive games. I don't think they're going to be – I don't expect them to make the playoffs or anything, but they'll win some games. Yeah. They're not going to be Jets bad, I don't think.
Jets don't know what they're doing. The more you look at that ownership and the decisions they make, I don't know.
It's the Jets.
It's the Jets. Hey, guys, we still do cover the Penguins from time to time. It's the off season, so I just wanted to mention something. Penguins fired their goalie coach, Mike Buckley, and they promoted Andy. I don't know how you say his last name. Chiodo? I don't know. They promoted him. I don't know much about him, but I know I don't like Mike Buckley. He got hired when they traded Fleury and Murray became the main guy. They fired their goalie coach and then hired Mike Buckley. And it's been downhill for the Penguins goalie since then. So I think this is a great move, getting rid of him. I think it was a bad decision to bring him in when Murray was the guy. But this looks good. So good little off-season news there. Also, Mike Sullivan named the head coach for Team USA in the Olympics. Penguins put out all the Team USA coaches. Bilesma, now Sullivan. So, yeah, that's exciting, right?
Yeah, that's good.
We got Perry. It's exciting, I promise.
Hopefully he can lead him to a gold.
Mm-hmm.
But
It will
hopefully
be exciting. I don't know if they've said this or not yet. Hopefully they let NHL players play in the Olympics again. I don't know if they've made
do you
the
think
decision.
it will affect the Pens next season?
What do you mean?
Him being the coach for the USA team?
Mm-mm.
For the Winter Olympics, it's during the season, right?
Yeah, they get 2 weeks off though for it.
Yeah, but there's time that goes in before that. Do you think it'll affect them at all?
Nah. Mike
No?
Sullivan's, I think, is the most underrated coach in the NHL.
Okay.
It's a shame he's never won the Jack Adams Award. I don't know how you win back-to-back Stanley Cups and don't win the Jack Adams.
Well, if they go on a losing streak and you guys start blaming him for having other mixed
We did this
priorities.
year. I'm sure we will next year too, but they'll turn it around.
We'll see.
Yep. And that Olympic break will be good for our old guys too, Crosby and Malkin, who are now
For sure. For the
aging
Pens,
veterans. Yes.
it's a good break. But they're all going to play in the Olympics.
I don't know if they are. The
You don't think they will?
NHL a couple years ago, they banned NHL players from playing in the Olympics. There's been talk about lifting that, but I don't know if someone let me know in the comments if I missed that somewhere. I don't know if they are allowing them to play or not. So I hope they do because it's more exciting. I didn't watch the last time, I don't think. Was it? Yeah. I think they were banned last time. I could be wrong. I have no idea.
They should let them play.
They should let them play.
I don't understand how you can let NBA players play it, but not let NHL players play.
It's a stupid union thing, contract negotiations. The clubs don't want their players going over there and getting hurt. Their investment. It's dumb. Let these guys play. Come on. It's so much more exciting when they do.
It should be the best against the best.
Yeah.
It's a physical game. I can understand if you have millions of dollars tied into a certain player, you don't want him playing.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want Sidney Crosby going over and breaking his wrist and then not playing for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah. If I'm an owner, I probably wouldn't want my players playing either. So
yeah. It makes sense from a money standpoint, but for the fans and for the sport and for the game and for your country, let your people play.
Basketball does it. Soccer does it.
Yeah. They
Just let 'em
should.
do it.
Imagine if they didn't let him play and we never got Sidney Crosby's golden goal, the defining moment of his career.
Yeah. That's when it was good.
Or TJ Oshie in the shootout, scoring like 100 million goals in the shootout in the Olympics for Team USA.
Yeah, don't you want people watching the games?
Exactly.
A lot more people will be watching the games if it's the best.
Exactly. That is our show today. I feel like we didn't have a lot.
Football season's coming.
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
And our kickoff show again, our West Virginia kickoff show, Monday, August 30th. We're going over the entire West Virginia season, a entire show dedicated to just West Virginia. And then the following week, Monday, September 6th, our Steelers kickoff show, an entire show dedicated to the Steelers and kicking off the season. How excited are we for that?
Yep. It's going good.
Let us know in the comments if you're excited too. Like, subscribe, go follow us on social media. H&J Talk Sports. What else am I forgetting? Comment. Like the videos. That's
And
Harry.
don't forget to subscribe.
Joe. Don't forget to subscribe. Harry, we didn't meet the goal I met, but I made a stupid goal last week. I didn't think we'd make it, but we got closer than I thought, honestly.
It's all right. We're going to have a brand new goal at the start of football season. So our first episode after football season starts. So what would that be? The 6th, the episode on the 6th.
Yep.
When we do Steelers preview. We'll have a new goal.
New goals, new countdowns, new likes, new subscribes. Go follow us on social media, subscribe down below, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you guys.